Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On today's video, we are going to be working on my almost 15-year-old daughter Piper's bedroom. She has wanted to change it from a tween teen room to a vintage inspired room, which totally made my heart happy. So if you want to see what we do in her room, stick around. So here is a before shot of Piper's room. Brett and I had painted it probably only 2 years ago. This turquoise, light turquoise color. And Piper did some samples on her wall of a pink and a green and lived with that for a solid month before she was like, Mom, let's go to the store and buy it. So the paint was in the house. And then she just got a wild hair one day and said, let's start painting. So I said, you know what? This is the time that you need to start to learn how to paint. So I helped school her in some of the prep work, and we got all the drywall anchors out. She now hates drywall anchors because she hates patching them and getting them ready to paint, but we worked through it and she picked this gorgeous pink color. We got this color from Lowe's. It is a Sherwin-Williams color called Sachet Sand. If you guys are interested, it is a gorgeous romantic pink color. I taught her how to cut in without taping off. And you can see here Hadley even joined in. We did all this painting back in the middle of March when Piper found out that a famous YouTuber, Miss Sonnet, is going to be staying in her room in July. She's coming to Atlanta to go to a conference with me. And Piper's like, let's get this room done before Miss Sonnet gets here. So we got it painted, and then the end of school happened and we lost kind of our momentum. However, the other day we found this amazing mirror. We have been on the lookout for a cool gold antique mirror. We found this mirror and that got us revitalized to start on our projects. Project number 1 in today's video was a bookcase that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace for Piper a long while back. It was free and it was solid wood, but in really rough shape. The bottom had so many nicks in it, and I have made her deal with it long enough. So we grabbed the new Cottage color, the color Provincial, and I think I found a way to get my videos done this summer, guys. Get the girls to help. So this is after one coat. You can see that back piece is super curled after getting painted. If I was selling this, I would totally replace that back piece, easy peasy. But after the third coat, you can see how that third coat goes on, and it is finally that nice dark grayish color. After we got that third coat on, this piece looked gorgeous. You could not see all the little nicks. There is a top coat built in, so 3 solid coats. I used the DIY Smoothie brush and it was perfect. For project number 2 today, I'm going to be using the new medium-sized rice paper from JRV, and I've realized I did not give it its proper introduction on my channel. So these new medium-sized rice papers are 23.5 inches by 15.5 inches with the rice paper consistency. They are available on my website at www.createyourowncozy.com and in my booth at Angry Mama's Antiques and Interiors in Cumming, Georgia. And then there was a new regular A5 size rice paper as well. So I found this particular gold frame, I don't know, at the thrift store in my basement. And it didn't quite fit the entire way. So we decided, Piper really loved the colors of this particular one. It's called Poppies on the Beach. And we decided we were just going to decoupage right on top of the glass. Now, hindsight, I should have done this a little differently, but you know what? I'm decoupaging it. Just putting the liquid patina from DIY, my favorite decoupage medium. When you use it with rice paper, you need a little bit more product than if it was with decoupage paper. The rice paper has a lot more heft to the paper, and you can work with it a little bit more than you can the decoupage paper. So I am just going section by section here, trying to get all the wrinkles out and have it on top of the glass to make it look more like a painting. After this completely dried, I did go over it again with liquid patina to make sure it was completely along the edges. So this was papered on the back, and we were trying to avoid, we could have just put this particular rice paper inside of a frame and not even had to deal with the decoupage part of it. I was trying to avoid that, but after completing the liquid patina and putting it on the wall, realizing there was totally a shadow and you could see the prior picture, because I didn't paint the glass white. That would have been a way to be able to just do nothing with the underside, is paint the glass white. But you can see the shadow of the prior picture. So what we are going to do is take off all the backing. There was quite a lot of those little old staples. This picture was from Belgium, but you can see just after taking the backing off, it stayed in super well, and because the light pink was in the background, we just left it this way and did not have to paint the back of the glass white. And super happy with how gorgeous and vintage this particular picture looks. What do you guys think of the outcome? We needed to update the lamps in Piper's room, and we had this lamp right here from her sister's room, and she was done with it. So decided to go over it with 3 coats of Provincial using the Perfectionist DIY paintbrush here, guys. Love this paintbrush. Considered doing a dark wax to it as well. We could always go back and do that, but wanted to kind of tie in with the bookcase some hints of this Provincial color. Can you tell that my little stand that I usually use for my phone broke this week? I have another one coming in the mail, so please bear with me with some of these shots. I'm having to do them by hand while painting. We put the original lampshade back on it, and really like how it ties Provincial in with the rest of the space. So we needed a chair for her desk or makeup section, and grabbed this white chair. It used to be in our eat-in kitchen, and I recently switched them out. So we are just covering this with, yes, 3 coats of Provincial, but this is coat number 1. You can see the coverage looks kind of wonky, but after the 3rd coat, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous hue. And it did not require a top coat. So Henry, of course, obliged for the final shots. He loves being the model for chairs, but this was a simple add to add a gorgeous hue again to her vintage inspired room. project number 5 is just a simple little frame. I had thrifted this a while back, I believe for $1. I am going over it with 2 coats of Provincial. Prairie Gray totally would have worked too, but I just went with the same hue, got in all the nooks and crannies, and used a little paper that was in there prior so that I didn't get the inside of the frame all messed up with paint. After that, I really love antique gold Rub and Buff, and I just went crazy over all the high areas. I think this is such a gorgeous combination. Antique Gold Rub and Buff is one of my favorite tones, and it really did go well with the vintage mirror that we added to her room. I could have made this frame like all gold, but I figured we'd have plenty of those ads and wanted to do a hybrid. And then I printed out just on some paper in our printer a cute little picture of Henry so she could have her little Henry love in her room. What do you guys think of this one? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be obsessed with this one because Henry is involved. So what did you guys think of this week's video? I am so happy with the progress we have made in her room. We still have some more stuff to work on, but I wanted to bring you along this journey. This is part 1, and who knows how many parts we're gonna do. One of the main inspiration pieces for this room was this beautiful oak dresser that I got at the thrift store a while back. It was $350. Henry, come here, baby. It was $350. All furniture was half off, and then I used 25% off that week. So this was a steal. It stayed in our garage for a bit, and then we decided it would be the perfect piece to put with Brett's grandmother's furniture. Now, if you come over here to Piper's bed, this, what is it? A full?
What?
It's a full bed?
Yeah.
This is a full bed, and it was from when Brett's grandmother got married. So it was their bedroom suite. So it is legit old. We had considered maybe doing some painting to it, but for right now, we are sticking with like the legit old look that it has. We found this bedding at Home Goods. We were looking for some vintage stuff, but this was in the $40 range. $45 range. Came with 2 shams that matched, and we just went for it because, as you can see, it very much is giving Provincial. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this She also wanted to possibly paint her walls green, so she went with this gorgeous pink hue, and we're going to be adding some green accents in here. We got this at Home Goods as well. I really feel like they are a great place for throws that are soft and affordable. So here is our upcycled frame with that gorgeous new sized rice paper on it. She upcycled this. Like probably one of my first 4 videos I did on my channel, she wanted to do that. And we are still working on how we want that to look. This guy is aged on the surface and not in a good way, so we need to figure out a way to possibly upcycle this desk. But this is where she is going to be doing her makeup. Hi, Piper. You can see this gorgeous mirror that we purchased from our friend Nancy at Angry Mama's Antiques and Interiors. It is perfection for this space. We are gonna work on our styling, but here is the start of it. Hi, Piper. I just thrifted the bottom of this lamp. We found a lampshade that kind of went with it. To be continued. I just purchased some lacy curtains in a green color that may or may not be able to work, but we are still working that out. This chair is a placekeeper until we find the perfect chair. But she has really enjoyed adding a chair to her space. As you can see from the original video footage, we completely changed the layout of this room. This was something that I found in an estate sale, and I think it is so romantic and perfect for in here. As well as that, we are still working on some of the staging. Went and grabbed some items from my living space. This was when she was a baby. Oh my gosh, look at that vintage piglet. And she is such a reader. She wants to collect all her reading. And we are still working on some of this. This is a brand new mirror that I bought for in the $40 range. And my goal is to make it look vintage. Maybe adding some rub and buff, maybe adding some molds. It is way too new for in here, but at the $45 range, too hard to pass up. So guys, what do you think of the first installment of Piper's vintage inspired room? I'm really happy with the progress that we've made. Let me know in the comments below if you got inspired to upcycle anything that you already have in your home or to add a little vintage inspired to your life. Don't forget, all the paint and products that I used in today's video are over on my website at www.createyourowncozy.com. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell to all so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I'm so thankful you're here. I'm so thankful that I get to share my family with you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.